All right, good people, good people. We are back. It's your boy Val.
It's your boy Zyrus. Victory, baby. Big dubs.
Big Dubs, man. It's championship week here, AFC Championship week, and we made it. We were saying last week the goal was to be back to discuss another W, to be able to celebrate, and ain't nothing like championship week. It's been 4 years.
It's been a few years.
It's been four complete
Straight COVID time last time we was at.
COVID, limited fans. I know Kansas. I know they were just talking on the radio and they said, Kansas City, the last time this happened was allowing fans to come in. And I know some Bills fans might have made the trip, but I mean, everything different now. I mean, you're going to get the full experience. I know I already seen some Bills fans making the trip out there. So safe travels to y'all.
Good on them.
Good on them, right? I know somebody asked me the other day, like, "Yo, you and the family going?" I'm like, "Listen, I know y'all think we just be flipping coins and be dipping, but nah, we ain't."
Yeah, them joints are planned out well in advance.
Yeah, them things planned out. Ain't no just
shit. On a whim. They planned in advance and budgeted for it.
Right.
9 months in advance.
Damn near. So that's definitely not any option, but definitely will be watching from the comfort of a recliner. So I will be good. But anyways, guys, hopefully everybody good. I know me and Z just talked a little bit off air. We know that a lot of people across the country are dealing with the real winter-like conditions. I know we complain here in Western New York, Buffalo, all the time. I know Orchard Park. I work in Orchard Park, so I seen, last 48 hours for myself wasn't the best, affecting our business. We had to close down early the other day, and then it was whiteout conditions coming home the other day as well. But all in all, I think most Western New Yorkers, I think we can just say like this is.
Yeah, we built for this. We built for this. But good luck to the other people around this country dealing with cold and snow. They don't normally deal with those. So
y'all be careful. That's all.
Well wishes to them because it's all fun and games. We got snow and we get salt and we got plows. Other cities ain't got that stuff. I know we take it for granted, but we laugh when Atlanta or Charlotte or somebody shut the city down for 2 inches. But our city look a lot different when we had them plows and them salt too. So
that's what I'm saying.
Give a little grace.
That's why I can't joke too much because now that I'm a full blown working adult, like I know the struggle of commuting from work, trying to get home. I mean, I think twice this week already. It took me more than 30 minutes to get home, just trying to avoid, the throughway and the 219. So, like, man, listen, y'all be safe out there. Like I said, I got family at ATL, got a couple people I know in Florida. So it's just like, whatever the case may be, y'all take care of yourself. I think it's snowing in Houston as well. So, man, wintertime, man, it's different. Climate change. I don't know what you want to point the direction at, but it's different nowadays. But we came here to talk football, though. I was going over rewatching a couple of the clips that we had from last week. Predictions wasn't too bad. I will say the funny part is
I was close for a long time. I had that 19 number to that last touchdown that came.
You had that 24 and 19.
Yeah. That's what I said to my boy when I was watching the game. I said I had 24-19. If this hold, I'm on the money. But
then Bass hit a field goal, and then obviously Lamar touchdown. But yeah, man, very close game. I think most people predicted it coming down to the final, 4 or 5 minutes. And that's exactly what happened. We always say it's a game of inches, right? We say you gotta take care of the football. We say you gotta be able to limit.
Yeah, all the cliches, but this game is a perfect example of what football boils down to. Yeah. The crazy thing is every game for the most part boils down to 5 or 6 plays.
Yep.
And who can capitalize on those plays. And literally this is it. Because outside of a 5 or 6 plays, this game was pretty balanced, but 3 turnovers here, a penalty there, and that's the game.
Yeah.
A drop there.
Yeah, 3rd down conversion here. Like it was, we got a chance to see 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league. First off, 2 top 3 quarterbacks in the league. 2 of the best this season, at least. They were 2 of the best football players in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
Got to see them on the same field. in front of the home crowd, I'll tell you guys, from being in the building, it was electric. It was everything that you thought it would be. You know what I mean? I think the only difference between this game and the New England playoff game from 3 years ago was the fact that we blew New England out. So I think that that's what made that game more of a party. But like this game had the same feel, same energy. It's just that second half just had people just kind of clinching. It was like, oh boy, like it's getting a little too close. Because at one point, I think most people, whether you were at the stadium or at home, probably felt like it was about to be a blowout. When it was 21-10 and they knew they were getting the ball after halftime, I think most people were like, shit, we get a touchdown here, we go 28-10. Oh yeah, we can party.
Yeah, that's almost what you wrote.
Oh yeah, we start pulling out receipts in the third quarter. But I think honestly, all together, man, it started with Fitzpatrick bringing the noise, taking
right in front of you,
right in front of us, man. Love that part of it. Being on that side of the stadium. The intros. I mean, it's nothing like I tell people all the time when you go to a primetime game, they turn the lights out and they do those intros, and they let the fireworks go off. Like
it. And you got the red lights coming out, and you got the down for my coming on, and it's just like we're here now.
It's different, man. Yeah. You knew the atmosphere was. We need this game, so like for the Bills to do that in front of the home crowd. The takeaways, man, and I know I'll give you a chance to speak about what your biggest keys was from the game or like your favorite moments, but like those takeaways in the first half was really the story of the game because it provided all the momentum. And I knew at that point, especially after the second one, now you're putting pressure on them to make sure they try to take care of the ball, which can make them more tense. Because now if your mind is already on, oh my gosh, we got to definitely take care of the ball. Now you thinking about every catch. Now you thinking about every pass. And as great as Lamar is, and as great as his weapons are, anytime you got to start second guessing your footing or anything, that can cause for some mistakes to happen. And we saw drops from Henry, multiple drops from Andrews. We saw a fumble from Lamar. And I mean, like I said, from the crowd standpoint, it's just a big boost because now we extra in it. Because I know when that first turnover happened, we looking around like, holy, did we just pick this man off that easy? That easy. And that was the reaction.
You saw that pick from a mile away. As soon as that ball left his hand, like, hey, yo, that don't look right.
And then he picked it off. So now you got a whole party going on. And then on top of that, maybe less than 20 minutes later, you get the fumble that Von Miller picks up. So, like, those type of plays, especially at home, are so huge because you get the crowd involved. You build up confidence on your defense and your offense. And now the other team is playing with this extra bit of caution that can lead to multiple mistakes. But Z, look at baby Z in the background. Y'all shout out to little Z over there. He going to be making a couple cameos. He can't help himself.
Yeah, he's in his own world right now. I don't even
But yeah, Z, man, give me your biggest moments, favorite moments, man, who you want to give flowers to, man, whatever direction you want to go, because I know we got to get to the Chiefs, but we got to give our flowers out.
Yeah, I shout out to the defensive game plan, man. They came in there with the plan of we are not going to let Lamar. We're not going to let Derrick Henry run us to oblivion.
Right.
So literally from the first play, I said, "Oh, okay, I see y'all." Again, concerted effort. First play, you got 3 linebackers out there. We got a 1-yard run. Okay. Second play, another 1-yard run. I said, when I saw that happen, I said, all right, we good. I know Derrick Henry going to get his at some point. He going to knock off a couple 9-yarders, a couple 15-yarders. But if y'all can make sure y'all limit those explosive runs, those 70 yards, those 40 yards, we're going to be in good shape. And I saw that the emphasis that they're putting on that run game, I said, okay, if we lose a game where Lamar drops back and throws to his receivers and his tight ends, I can live with that. It's a great quarterback, but they made sure that Derrick Henry wasn't going to beat him. So I definitely say big kudos to the defensive game plan. That's definitely who I would give my MVP. So Babbage, that's my number one. Obviously, I got to probably throw McDermott in there because I'm sure he had his in the pot a little bit as well. But just the scheme they came out with, they bucked some trends. They pulled Taron Johnson off the field. They gave a lot of reps to Dorian Williams. They were very selective in that, but the amount of pressure that they did, which is way more than normal. I thought 46% of dropbacks they had an extra man rushing, which is far from the norm for this defense. So lighting up Lamar from the blitzing standpoint. Milano did an excellent job as a spy. He's flying around the ball. Damar Hamlin with a forced fumble. Obviously, Terrell Bernard with the massive forced fumble. Taylor Rapp with the interception. Von Miller flashing in his limited role. Like, it's all around defensively. I don't think I have any issues with anything they did in that. Only thing, the shot over the top on that first drive, you got to get that out. But other than that, defensively, kudos to them.
Yeah, man, and I'll piggyback off that real quick because I think we said last week that the defense was going to have to make adjustments. The defense was going to have to make up for the advantage that Baltimore came in with, which was physicality, running the ball. We all heard Henry Lamar. You got to stop him. You got to stop Henry. You got to stop Henry. You got to stop Henry. You got to stop Lamar. You got to stop Lamar. So I think most fans should have known like there was going to be an extra emphasis in those meetings, in those defensive meetings, that they were going to need to shut that down first. Shut down Henry. Like you said, if Lamar beat us by throwing the Likely and Andrews all game, I told that to a bunch of people last week, then we won the game. I said it all week. I said, if this comes down to Lamar having to throw to Andrews, who am I not thinking of? Andrews,
Likely,
those other guys, Bateman,
Wallace.
Yeah, I'm fine with that because all of those guys made plays at certain times. Even though Andrews had a couple mistakes, he still came up with a couple catches. Likely, obviously, did his job. Bateman got open for a touchdown. So, that's cool. But guess what? That ain't going to really win you a lot of games because your number one weapon is literally Derrick Henry. And your number two weapon is really Lamar running around, making plays sometimes on his feet. And they even limited that. I think he ended up with 39 yards rushing. So, anytime you can keep Lamar really under 50 yards and you can keep Henry under 100, you're going to beat the Baltimore Ravens. And I think as great as their offense was this year, that was the key to success. Most teams who beat Baltimore were able to contain those two and win the game. And I think that, like you said already, Babbage, McDermott, ton of credit. Ed Oliver came to play. The whole line, Greg Rousseau, Tom Miller, the linebackers, Milano, Dorian Williams, Terrell Bernard, even back to the secondary. Those guys, for the most part, held up. Guess
Cole
what?
Bishop had to step up and play a lot of snaps and held his own.
Beat. We count on Taylor Rapp to make a play or two, but like Cole Bishop, if I don't got to call your name a bunch of times and shake my head, then at least you're doing your job. Like you said, it's one or two plays maybe going to get behind them, possibly. That's because we ain't got no top 5 safeties back there right now. But all I'm asking our safeties to do at this point, we got 2 more games max, is just hold your end of the bargain. You know what I mean? Whatever you can do to hold your end of the bargain, we going to win games. And Damar Hamlin made up for a lot of the small things that he maybe didn't do by just attacking the football, making
I think he played a great game, not even just on the back end, but down in the box. It was multiple run stops just in the middle of the fray where he's right in the mix, first one making contact. And he had a couple, I wouldn't say game saving, but a couple last second tackles on Henry. If he didn't make them tackles, he gone.
Yeah, there was one in particular where
that was about to be 60 yards to the house.
And we always said when Henry got that type of speed coming down, it is almost like 90% take it to the house. But Damar did, like you said, Damar did a great job. And that's the thing that makes Damar so tough and shit. It's probably one of the reasons why he got knocked out a couple of years ago is that he don't mind sticking his nose in there. And he is a pretty solid tackler. Like, that's one of the funniest things that Bills fans didn't give him enough credit for, obviously coming into the season. It's like when it comes to tackling, he is literally a solid tackler.
Yeah, his missed tackle rate is very low.
Yeah, like it's unfortunate when he has to step up and tackle because that means that receiver or that running back has gotten down 15, 20 yards. But if he's one-on-one with a running back or one-on-one with a tight end or wide receiver, 9 times out of 10, he's taking that person down. So definitely respect the game that Hamlin put together. But from the offensive standpoint, I'll give a quick shout out to the running back room. I think we always, every other game, I think we come on here and give flowers to the O-line and the running backs. But like, I can't stop shouting them out enough, because in a game where Josh Allen throws for less than 130 yards, to have your running back room outgain your franchise quarterback in a pivotal game like that, bro, that is not normal.
Back-to-back weeks. I mean, you got Broncos and Ravens, probably the two best run defense. Well,
I mean, overall,
top three. Those are more Philly in there too.
Yeah, those two of the top defenses left in the playoffs, and they were able to get a minimum of 27 points, and it's not no defensive touchdowns, none of that. They were able to get 27 plus in back-to-back games by
effective run, and there were no major chunk plays. We had a couple 10, 15 yarders, but that was it. No big gash in here. There, it's just consistency. Running backs did a great job of finding holes. I mean, again, Spencer Brown played a hell of a game along with the rest of the line, but he's just it's an animal out there. And they came with a mindset of, we not gonna get bullied out of this one. They were aggressive up front. They were setting the tone, and the running backs were able to capitalize on it. And this was a win where the running game was the catalyst for the offense. A couple timely shots down the field, but for the most part, it was the running game really setting the tone, and the O-line setting the tone. So it's a different Bills team right now, man. It's not what we're used to. We're used to a receiver or two getting 9, 10 catches, 120 yards, and this is much different. We got Shakir with 6, 7 catches a game. That's pretty much a given. But other than that, everybody else is just stepping up, making a play or two when their numbers called.
Right.
It really is just everybody do your part, and when it's time to make a play, make a play.
Yeah, and I think the thing that I like too, I'll just add this part in as we transition into Kansas City, is just like, it's really become a week-to-week thing too. I think on both sides of the football. Like, we saw them specifically have a game plan for Bo Nix and that Broncos offense, and then the next week we saw the defense flip the switch for Lamar and Henry. Same thing on the offensive side of the ball. We've seen them get in shootouts with the Rams in Detroit, where they had to pass the ball for 300 plus yards, right? And then we've seen them slow it down and hand the ball off 30 times to 3 of their running backs. So, like, I've mentioned it before, but the biggest thing that I think Bills should get a lot more credit for is just their versatility. Like, they are so diverse as an offense where, hey, you want to play the slow game? We play slow game. We can win a game 19-16 if we need to. All right, you want to speed it up? You want to go shoot, you want to go bar for bar, as they say? We can go 42-45. So, like, the ability to do that. I mean, I look around right now in the playoffs. I mean, I'll give Philly and Washington credit because they both do have, good running game, and they can pass the ball when needed. I think Washington right now with Jaden Daniels, I kind of like their passing game better than Philly's. But I mean, the Bills right now are coming into this matchup versus Kansas City with, like, to me, I got the advantage Bills when it comes to offense. Like, I know you got Pat and Travis on one side with the young guys. DeAndre, we know he a veteran, former All-Pro in his own right, but like, that offense ain't been right all year. So I don't care what nobody can say. We can keep Pat and Patrick on the back, and we can keep giving Kelsey all this credit when he's catching wide open passes and going 12 miles per hour. That's cool. But if we do the real eyeball test, which offense left playing in this Final Four has looked the best from week 1 to where we at now? And I would say the Buffalo Bills. And like I said, Philly right there, because what they have with Saquon Barkley, nobody else has. He is right now the best running back left in the Final Four. And then I would say James Cook. And then you could use combination of Pacheco, Hunt if you want to. And then, what they got going on with the Commanders. But, that's why if you told me to give a bold prediction, it's not really bold, but I would say Bills versus Eagles. But, yeah, I like how diverse our offense is, man. Like, just the fact that we can, like, somebody mentioned this real quick, and we will move on. We would have got the ball back with a minute and a half, had that 2-point conversion work. And I think I told somebody straight up, I said, listen, man, I would have been pretty confident that Josh would have got us in field goal range or even scored a touchdown.
Yeah, like so when that touchdown happened, I said good because we got 133 left.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I didn't want him to score a touchdown, but I'm like,
Exactly.
if you're gonna
Nobody
score quick. I
Yeah,
said,
exactly.
bet. You score, you give me a minute 33, 2 timeouts. I trust my quarterback to go 40 yards, get in the field goal range, and keep it moving.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, you got it. And I wasn't even tripping because again, I trust my quarterback to be able to do that. So like it worked out, but you know, dang, Andrews had the timely drop, onside kick, and then that's all she wrote.
Yeah, and again, that's why I love the fact that we have found out so much about this team in 22, 23 weeks is because we now know if we got to play physical or slow it down, we can do that. If we got to go up tempo, we can do that. If it takes us trying to get in field goal range in under a minute, we know we also can do that because we have the quarterback, we got the running backs who can catch out the backfield and get upfield. We got the tight ends who can catch the ball in those situations, 15, 20 yards. And we also got the wide receivers. It's just, guess what? We haven't really needed them much. But if you mean to tell me in a 2-minute offense, I can't count on Amari Cooper to give me a catch here and there. Can't rely on Coleman to give me a catch, Shakir to give me a catch, Hollins to give me a catch. I know I'm missing a receiver, Curtis Samuel to give me a catch. Like, this is an offense where I'm literally going into this Chiefs game and saying, you know what? Will they probably play man? Probably. Will they mix it up? Probably put a spy on him? Probably. But I feel confident saying that Joe Brady is going to really have an answer for whatever looks they give him. It's just going to be about adjusting as the game goes on. So great transition for me because now we can look at Kansas City and I'll start when Kansas City has the ball. What do you think is the key matchup there for us defensively?
Until I see otherwise, the name of the game is Travis Kelce.
Yeah,
he is their main guy and has been for a decade now. And the way he just abused Houston, it shows he can still be that game-changing tight end. Like you can't just not key in on him and expect it to go your way. Like I don't think Houston did a good job at all around some of their game plans just because they let him run free a lot. But I think you got to key in on Travis Kelce. I mean, I think this is a game where we see Buffalo back into more of their base defense, not in the 4-3, but more of just a nickel. And, if they want to keep handing the ball off to Pacheco, fine, have at it. But this is a game where you key in on Travis Kelce, and don't allow, Xavier Worthy to get over the top.
Right.
And that's what my main focus is. Again, they've seen some of the issues we done had lately with the receivers getting deep. New England got over the top.
Yeah.
Baltimore's gotten over the top. So, Denver did too. Shit, that's 3
on the first play of the game.
Yeah, a month row of tape now showing that, you run a post route, you
can catch them sleeping.
And that safety can be had. So, I hope they spend a lot of time this week because now you got, a receiver who can, run with the best of them. So, make sure he don't get over that top. But really, I think it's just keen in on Travis Kelce. This is a big game for my linebackers. So Bernard and Milano, I need them to be at the top of their game. But you also got Noah Gray, who's a very good tight end in his own right. And they do a lot of 2 tight end sets too. So, this is a game where I need that back end, those linebackers, that safety, whoever's back there, to really key in on those tight ends because I really think this offense funnels through there. And if you can't stop them, then that just opens up the rest of the weapons because they still got Xavier. They still got D-Hop. Their Brown is back in now. He's been back in for a month, so he should be in a position where he's into this offense and could be a weapon. So I mean, they got talent. It's not the same offense they rolled out, and when we played them, early this season, you got Pacheco back now too. So it's a much different offense, and I think we're gonna have our hands full. But just to tie up the question, my key focus is still definitely Kelce.
And
Z agrees with me, apparently.
Yeah, shout out Z in the back. Yeah, no, I would have to agree, man. I think, and not even Kelsey, because I think that's just like that's like automatic that we got to make sure we cover him. But like I just think passing game overall has to be the Bills' main focus, is just eliminate Patrick Mahomes from getting it to his weapons, because I think that if they end up having to rely on Pacheco and Hunt to win them the game, then we can win that game. Because if you tell me Hunt and Pacheco combined got 150 yards, cool. That means maybe they got 22, 21 points at most, and we'll probably got 28 or 30 points and we win the game. Now, if you tell me Pat got 346 yards, 2 touchdowns, I'm most likely saying they probably in the 30s and they probably about to win that game, because anytime Pat can go off by getting it to his weapons, whether it's Worthy, Hopkins, Kelsey, Juju, Watson, any of those guys, when he get in a rhythm, you can forget about it. And we all know playoff Patrick, like when he in his mode, that's a different animal. So I think that the number one thing, and it's funny because it's really reversed from last week, the focus got to be on stopping the passing game of the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, again, that don't mean you just looking at Pacheco and you letting him slide by you for 12 yards. No, that means you still got to be disciplined. And I still think that the front four still got to make sure that they are controlling the line of scrimmage, because you can't let that O-line and those tight ends push you around. So that's really like number one. Like Ed Oliver and those guys still got to make their presence felt, because first off, they got to affect the pass. So I expect Ed Oliver, Greg Rousseau, Epinesa, and those guys to do that. But also, too, they can't get pushed around in the run game. So even though I really think the focus should be on limiting Pat from having a big day in the passing game, and obviously keeping an eye on Kelsey, we got to lock down that passing game. And like I said, it's not even like I'm sitting here talking about the Detroit Lions or the Rams, because their offense is not nearly as prolific as what we saw a month ago. So that's the good part, is that I believe we've probably seen the best offenses in the league already. Like truly, we've saw Baltimore twice. I mean, yeah, we saw Baltimore twice. We saw the Rams and we saw Detroit. To me, those were the other three best offenses in the league outside of ours.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I
mean,
definitely agree with that. And another thing that I forgot to add is this is going to be another game where I think you got to have one of those linebackers, keep an eye on Mahomes, and not necessarily from a same spy as Lamar, because you got to have Lamar from changing the game running. Mahomes can scramble, but it's really his scrambling ability as a quarterback that you can't allow. So those spectacular plays when he's running around for 7 seconds behind the line of scrimmage and pull out a Houdini throw, that's what we can't allow. But one of those linebackers need to just be assigned to, all right, you move outside that tackle box, I'm firing downhill. You're not going to have that ability to run all over the field. So, I think this is an example where they definitely need to pick and choose their times to, have a spy on him as well. Because, like Josh, if you let him run around back there, they can pull a rabbit out the hat and just make you feel sick.
And the thing I will give Bills credit for, I do like the fact that their front seven as a whole, they normally are good tackling in open space. Like there's not too many times you're going to see Terrell Bernard, Matt Milano, Von Miller, Ed Oliver, and those guys miss an open tackle versus a quarterback, running back, any of those things. So like, is Mahomes a magician at times? Of course. But the fun part is for the Bills defense is, once again, they done seen the best of the best. They just got finished playing arguably the best player in football this year just less than a week ago. So like, if you had to deal with Lamar in those conditions that they did last week, and now you about to go to Kansas City and deal with Patrick Mahomes, who ain't got nearly as much speed as Lamar, they should be able to wrap him up. That's all I'm gonna say. I expect Von Miller to make a play or two. I expect Ed Oliver to cause some fire in the middle of that line. So I think we had some of the same thoughts, same sights, same thoughts, I should say, on that side of the ball. So let's flip it to the other side. But the Bills have the ball offensively, man. What do you think is going to be the key matchup there?
I think this one is just keeping Josh clean. Like, this is a game where I think the passing game is going to be a little bit more on display. than it has been in recent weeks. I think this is a game in the defense that they're going to have to run or throw the ball a little bit more against. Again, I don't think they were necessarily conservative against Baltimore, but their previous matchups with Kansas City have shown that their best course of action is dropping back and throwing the ball. Right. And Kansas City with Spagnuolo at coordinator, he's known for exotic blitzes, aggressive blitzes, corners jamming all day, one-on-one coverage on the back end. So this is a game where, I really think that line up front just needs to hold its own, have good communication, and, be able to just give him the time to make the right play, make the right read, and just rip it. So I still think this is a game that's won right up front, and I'm looking directly at those tackles again, man, and at the interior line, because we got Chris Jones, which we know is a beast and has been a problem for the Bills for every year in the playoffs. So again, I think this game is won at the hands of the O-line again.
Yeah, I mean, our O-line is probably our biggest strength from the whole team. I think this year we've proven that with how many sacks they gave up, how good the running game has been. It's no secret that our O-line versus their D-line and their pressure is really going to be the key to the game. But I'm looking also beyond the trenches, and I'm saying we got to start winning battles on the outside because with the exotic looks, we know we're going to see some man-to-man. And that's when I need Amari, Keon, Khalil to make plays, and really more so Amari and Keon, because I know Khalil, like you said earlier, I know he's gonna give me 5-6 catches a game. He gonna give me.
I want to add Kincaid into that too. Like those three, Kincaid and Cooper.
Yep.
Again, we know we getting one-on-one coverage. We know what's gonna happen. We know they're gonna jam you at the line and make it messy. So what can you do to beat that? Because I'm looking directly at those two outside receivers and Dalton Kincaid this week.
Yeah, no, and that's why I agree, because I think that, speaking confidently, we should expect the run game to at least be steady, right?
It should be fun.
Whether they get 85 yards on the ground or 125 yards, I expect James Cook and those running backs to do what they do. But from a passing game standpoint, we know there's going to be a moment or two in this game where they're going to need 6 yards. They're going to need 12 yards. So, like, I need Cooper. I need Coleman. I need Kincaid. I need Curtis even to give me a little splash play, maybe here or there. But, like, this is the game where, guess what? You're going to need more than one catch for 5 yards from Coleman. This is the game where you're going to need more than one target to Amari Cooper. And it's not because you got to just make it a pass-happy game. Nah, it's just if they want to be that balanced, well-oiled machine, I'm going to need to see a little bit more from the passing game, because there is going to be a point where you can't do what you did last third quarter and just put up a full 0 or put up just 3 points. Can't do that with Kansas City. Like Baltimore, you were able to do it because your defense plays so well.
You got a couple turnovers, and there's far from a guarantee you get that from Kansas City. They don't turn the ball over in the playoffs, and especially in the AFC Championship game. It just doesn't happen.
Right. You basically playing your twin. This is your twin. Like, this is why the Bills and the Chiefs meet so much, and this is why the record is what it is between each other, and why y'all only end up in these close playoff games is because these are your twin. It's just that this twin over there, unfortunately, then got past another level that you haven't. So you, speaking to the Bills, you got to be able to know at any given point in time when it's time to strike, we got to strike. When it's time to make a play, man to man, boom, boom, I need to catch the ball and get upfield. Not catch the ball and look at my hands, not catch the ball and go out of bounds and, doing all that. Whoa, what happened? From everything I'm hearing, 30 plus degrees, no precipitation. So it's a perfect day to get that offense rolling from the passing game standpoint, because like I said, I don't got to worry about the O-line. Chris Jones, fucking Mike Jones, I don't care who they got over there. I'm not worried about that D-line because I'm expecting Spencer Brown to make a difference. I'm expecting Dawkins to give me 110%. I'm expecting McGovern to hold up the middle. So, like, from an O-line running game standpoint, pencil me in right now for 90 yards. That's how I feel. Pencil me in for 90 yards between Josh, Ty Johnson, Ray Davis, and James Cook. Pencil me in for that. Anything more than that is a plus. Passing game wise, be honest with you, this is the game I need 200 plus from Josh. Quiet as cat. This the 200 plus game, and that's not even saying much because, like, what? Josh throwing for 200 yards? Yeah, I'm just saying for them to put this team away, and obviously that means he's gonna have to make a couple plays on his own. You know what I mean? It's no secret when he's playing Kansas City. Every once in a while, he's gonna have to put the cape on, which I got no problem with. As long as he's taking care of the ball, if you gotta take off and get 2 yards or 5 yards, take off. Shit, he did it against Baltimore when they needed him in the red zone outside of the last possession. When they needed him in the red zone, he just said, "Shit, fuck it, I'm gonna do it myself. Let me go ahead and get in this end zone. I ain't about to play around and try to loft the ball up in the air and the ball be tipped. No, I'm running this shit myself." So we're gonna need a little bit of that Josh Allen magic, but I think the biggest key for me is seeing those three guys that we just mentioned make plays. And when I say make plays, I ain't talking about make a 4-yard catch for a first down. I'm talking about make plays. Get downfield. Let's get 30 plus because you not putting the Kansas City Chiefs away. And this is where teams fall short. You're not putting Kansas City away with field goals. You just not. All that 13-12 shit that Houston was trying last week. All that taking sacks because you can't find nobody. And I'm glad we ain't got to worry about that. You know, obviously, CJ is different from Josh in that aspect because Josh aware enough to know that if I don't see nothing, I'm getting out that pocket and I'm either throw it out of bounds or I'm getting upfield and getting me 5.
Yeah, that's a big takeaway I took from that last game against Houston. I mean, he was walking in the sacks all day. Like he couldn't get out of them sacks to save his life. And I'm like, even with pressure, most of those aren't going to end up as sacks against Josh just because, one, he's the best in the league at not taking sacks. So, you know, they got a lot of pressure. George Karlaftis, they kept putting the tight end on him. So, I mean, they were just
stupid.
dumb.
Some of that blocking was
leaving Dalton Schultz on an island with George Karlaftis. I mean, that's not smart to do multiple times. Yeah. So, you know, we're not doing that. And, you know, I don't expect them to have that type of sack success. If they get 5-6 sacks against Josh Allen and the Bills, I'm beyond shocked. And it's not saying they don't have talent up front because that's not what I'm saying, but it's just how often does a team get to Josh 3 times, let alone 6? Right. So, you know, I don't expect pressure to be the thing that, you know, causes the downfall of this Buffalo Bills offense.
So I do got one fill in the blank question for you, and you cannot name Josh Allen. So the Bills will be going to the Super Bowl if blank plays well.
Greg Rousseau.
I like that one.
It's one thing that we have not had at all at any point in any playoff games against the Chiefs is defensive in play at a high level. If we get that from 1 or 2 players, or, you know, I can even add defensive tackle in there. I just say pressure, consistent pressure, and consistent sacks in general. That's one thing we haven't had. So this is a game where I need Greg Rousseau to dominate. I need Von Miller to remember that he's Von Miller. I need Ed Oliver to consistently make some issues up front in the middle of that offense. Because if we can get pressure in Patrick Mahomes' face and really get him off that spot, that's going to make it a lot easier on the back end players to, you know, hold their own. So right. This is all about what can the D-line do to affect Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. My player to fill in the blank would have been Ed Oliver, so we were thinking D-line both. Because I do truly feel like it does come down to those key players. You know, these are guys who we've drafted for a reason. I mean, just think about that. 3 out of 4 of our starters on our D-line were draft picks from Brandon Beane. Greg Rousseau, Ed Oliver, and AJ Epinesa. And we know Daquan Jones was a free agent pickup. And we already know about Hall of Famer Von Miller and what he brings. But for me, it's Ed Oliver, because I'll continue to say, you know, I said this before the playoffs started. He was going to have to be a key part of their run to the Super Bowl.
And he's been playing at a high level this last month or so. Right. He's definitely turned it on.
Exactly. And it's almost like he got the memo. And I always say, you know, the sign of being you know, a great athlete, or even just a person who is striving for greatness, let's call it that, is when you're able to look in the mirror and say, what can I do to be better or have a bigger impact. And I think he finally, over the course of the last few weeks, done realized, like, man, listen, ain't no more looking to my left and looking to my right. Ain't no more wondering if Daquan gonna get double teamed or not. I just gotta go 200 miles per hour and just play my best football. Because right now, guess what? You wanted a handful of people on the team outside of Josh Allen that was selected in the top 10 of the NFL draft. Not many people can say that. You know what I mean? Not many people can say that. I think Von Miller was a top 10 pick, right? So you got Von Miller, you got Josh Allen, you got him. And I ain't gonna go down the whole roster, but that's 3 right there. So like I need my high quality, my top end players to be ready. I need my first rounders, like you said, the Greg Rousseaus of the world. You know what I mean? I need my Keon Coleman. I know he was top of the second, but I need my Keon Coleman to make a play. Dalton Kincaid, you were a first round pick. Need you to make some noise. So like I'm looking forward to be Ed Oliver. I think he'll be the reason why at the end of the day that somebody other than Josh Allen leads us to victory. I will say on the other side, I think a part of that would be for me, James Cook, because I do feel like if you watch I want to say the last few times we played Kansas City, James Cook has been able to get loose. He's been able to make an impact in the passing game and in the run game. And I think that when you look at their linebackers, unlike ours, because like I said, when you look at our linebackers, you know, if healthy, Bill's got a top 5 linebacker unit when they healthy. That's just the toughest part is just saying, can they stay healthy? But when healthy, Milano, Bernard are 2 of the top 5 linebacker combos in the league, just hands down from a covering standpoint to a blitzing standpoint to wherever you need them. Bernard and Milano, hands down. Now with James Cook, the linebackers that he's facing, yeah, I expect that to be a mismatch. Same thing with Ty Johnson. If Ty Johnson coming out the backfield, I expect that to be a mismatch on whoever their linebacker is. Nick Bolton, whoever they got over there.
Yeah, I mean they got some speed at the linebacker position. I mean Bolton and Tranquil. I mean they got some speed. I mean Chenal. I mean he is what it is. It's fine. But I mean they got some speed at that second level. But you know I still think it's a good matchup for the Bills running backs especially in the passing game. If they get one-on-one with one of those linebackers, I think the Bills running backs have enough speed to take advantage of that matchup. But Mari Cooper was a top 5 pick too. I forgot that. That just hit me. Okay. But anyways, that don't even matter. But
he was one of our keys though. He was one of our keys. Like he got to make an impact.
Yeah, for sure. But you know, I think Buffalo has some good matchups. It's just this is this game. Can you score more points than Patrick Mahomes? That's at the end of the day, all the matchups, it is what it is. Who can score more points? Can you outduel this quarterback? And that's what it boils down to every time that they play. They both usually play at an extremely high level. They both make spectacular plays. Who can make that one extra big play when the moment is his biggest?
And I might add which defense.
Oh, for sure.
Because I mean, we know. I think I was listening to him earlier talking on TV. We know both quarterbacks gonna come play. You know what I mean? Between the two, I expect 4, 5, 6 touchdowns between.
Neither one of them has ever had a bad game against the other.
Yeah.
Like they play at the. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, he just put on an extra cape every time he plays the Bills in the playoffs. Like he just takes it to another level. And the same for Josh.
We got to eliminate that part of the game. Like that's why I said that was one of my biggest keys when they have the ball. It's like I don't need Pat to have another good game or a great game. I need to make sure he just handed the ball off because the more I'm seeing that man hand the ball off,
every time, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but every time this ball is handed to Hunt, that's a win.
It is
every time because that's a play that the ball is not in Mahomes' hand, and you know I respect Pacheco more as a big play threat more than Hunt. Anytime he gets the ball, I'm like that,
right?
Because I don't expect him to break it off to a massive play just because at this point in his career, I think he's just a guy who you can get volume to and you can get yards, but I'm not losing sleep over that. So yeah, hand the ball off to Hunt, hand that ball up to Pacheco, and keep it out the hands of your actual game changing players at the tight end and receiver positions.
Right, and that's where I'm at. But I know we are Getting to our point where we like to do our predictions. I did want to give one stat prediction because I feel like it's overdue for this guy. It's overdue for this guy to make a big play. And I'm gonna go with Rasul Douglas. He is my
Like
bold
the
man.
seventh time this year, you didn't
Like
have
the seventh time, and when you ask, normally you receive. So I'm gonna ask nicely this time. Hey, Rasul, great recovery on the onside kick. Shout out to you getting your hands on that football. So salute to you for that. But guess what? I need this week. Give me a pick six. Give me a pick six, man. Because guess what? We know Pat don't make mistakes, right? Especially in the playoffs. I'll say in the regular season, we done caught him slipping a couple times. I can remember Taron Johnson got him with a fourth quarter interception last year. This year, Terrell Bernard got him with a fourth quarter interception. So I'm not about to sit here and say that he doesn't throw interceptions. Shit, for what I know, the last 2 seasons, he actually done thrown more than he done thrown probably the previous 4. But I'm not gonna sit here and say he don't throw picks. I'm saying if we get that pressure, Rasul Douglas pick 6 is my bold prediction for the game. But I'm gonna give it back to you for either your bold prediction or if you just want to go straight to your game prediction.
I'll start with a prediction. One thing that Patrick Mahomes has been doing this year more than any other year is taking sacks. His sack numbers are much higher. Granted, it's gotten better in the last month or so when the line kind of getting settled back in with some new pieces in there. But you got a lineman fresh out of retirement. You got another lineman who's just not playing good. I think this is a game where the Bills need to dominate up front. So for me, bold prediction, I got 4 sacks for the D-line.
For the D-line? I like that.
Correction, let me take that back. 4 sacks for the defense. I'm not going to necessarily say it's all D-line because I expect some pressure in there here and there. But I will say 4 sacks for the defense.
I like that one. So 4 sacks for the defense. All right. I'll take the joy. I'll take the joy of giving our first overall game prediction for the AFC Championship game. Wow, we've come a long way. But for the AFC Championship game, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say Buffalo Bills. All right. Buffalo Bills. Whew, this is tough. Because, man, I want to give their defense some credit. I don't want to get too crazy here. Man, oh, man, this will be crazy. But I'm going to say Buffalo Bills 31, Kansas City 24. I'm going to say it comes down to, obviously, like we just kind of witnessed, maybe the last 5-6 minutes of the game. There's a play or two that happens. But, yeah, I'm going to go Bills win by a touchdown. Still closer than that because 7 points might people like whoa 7 points. All right, now that's a little, but I do believe that this Bills offense is better than their offense. I do believe that our defense will come up and make a couple plays. I do believe that Bills are destined to finally take down the Chiefs in a playoff game. So as I've been doing all year, I'm gonna roll with the dogs. I'm gonna roll with Josh Allen, James Cook right behind me over there. You see him. I'm gonna roll with the duo. And yeah, I'm going 31-24 Bills.
I'm kind of on that same wavelength. I think this is a game that will be fairly close, but I do think this is a game that Bills can pull away late. So I do think this is a game where Buffalo does score 30 plus again. Again, I know when the lights are the brightest is when Josh Allen shows up the most. So I expect this to be a game where he shows up. So I got a score of 34-24, 10-point win for the Bills. Double digits.
Double digits. All right. So we really with it there. I like it though. I think that the one thing that scares most Bills fans right now in this time is being extra confident. And I think that we've proven it's okay to be confident. This team just finished going 10-0 at home. And when I say 10-0 at home, if you think about who we played at home, if you go back and think about the fact that we just beat Baltimore at home, we beat Kansas City at home earlier in the year. We beat San Francisco. I mean, I can go down the list of names, but just the fact that you were able to win 10 games at home, you were able to win all of your games of the year, 3-0 this year against Detroit, Baltimore, and then Kansas City. Yeah, those are the three big ones that were labeled as games of the year coming into it. And like you said, those are the games where they say, you know what? The lights is bright. Who gonna show up? The Bills showed up in all three. Whether it was the defense in a couple of them, I think the offense pretty much showed up in all of them. But like to be 3-0 in those big games where everybody is watching, where everybody across from San Francisco, California to Cleveland, Ohio, you got everybody in their living room watching, and the Bills are finding ways to come out on top. That gives me the extra confidence to sit here going into the AFC Championship game saying, you know what? Bills got this. Bills got this. I mean, what's the difference? Oh, because it's the AFC Championship? Okay, another big game. Suit up. You muted right now. I don't know what happened.
Trying to eliminate this background noise.
Oh, okay, good job. Yeah.
No, I really think that this is a game that the Bills need to be confident in. Like, yes, you've lost 4 straight times to this team in the playoffs. Yes, we know the history. We know the 13 seconds. We know last year. We know AFC Championship game. Like, we know this. However, y'all been through the fire already this year multiple times and came through. Y'all have a team that physically can walk in there and punch you in the face. You have a defense who's the best this year at taking the football away. You have 17. You should have confidence. You beat this team already this year. You should be walking borderline cocky. Like, yo, I got this. This is my chance to get to the Super Bowl. So this is a time I really want this team to walk in there with something to prove.
Yep.
Not afraid. This ain't the big bad Chiefs. This ain't the big bad Mahomes. Nah, bro. This is my time to walk into your house, punch you in the face, and go on to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And this the energy I need them to have. Locked in, focused, yeah, humble and hungry. Yeah, I hear all that, coach. Nah, that's not even what I want this week.
Bro, it's one win. Like you said, it's simple for me. Like I just want to jump on exactly what you just said. Is going there hungry and remember that you just got to win this one game because you got to take it one at a time. I know people keep saying, just give me 2 more, Buffalo. Just give me 2 more. I'm asking for 1 because right now that's the main focus. This is your Super Bowl coming up because you ultimately got to win this one to get to the Super Bowl. So treat this game like everything. Treat this game like the game of your life, but don't make it bigger than what you already had experienced because you've been in big games before. But this is it. Lay it on the line, which I know Josh's going to do, but he just got to have some other guys to just do it with him. We already know. We witnessed Baltimore go through it. It's going to take everybody that's on that field. It ain't going to just be Josh. It's going to take James Cook. It's going to take Ed Oliver, Greg Rousseau, the whole 9 yards. We already went through it. But, man, oh, man, you win this game. Come on now.
Bro, I'm not even going to know how to react because if you could have saw me after the game Sunday, you would have thought we won a championship. Yeah. So this is just the next step to get to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm not even going to know how to react. If we get past this game, I have no idea how to act for the next 2 weeks. I'm in completely uncharted territory. So, like, I need it to happen.
I know. I'm with you. I'm going to be sitting there because I already joke around and say I need a Bills closet because I really do. But, like, I will legit pull out every article of Bills clothes from the ones that I put away already. I'm going to pull them all out and be like, man, listen, for the next 14 days straight.
Every day.
I might just have to, hey, listen, I know I got to wear work attire, but I'm going to throw the jersey under the tie or something. I don't know. But, yeah, because we already doing a Bills championship sale all week this week. So we are wearing our Bills gear this week. I can only imagine what we're going to be doing as a store when we get past this week if we win. So, man, oh, man, guys, all I can tell y'all out there is you heard it from us. Be confident. Have fun with it. We've told y'all all year. Enjoy the process.
Absolutely.
We just fans. We're not coaches. We're not players. We are just fans. This is pure entertainment, but we do understand this does affect the mood of your everyday, right? You know what I mean? We do understand that the Bills winning can make your Monday seem that much sweeter.
100%. Listen, we are 5 days away from enjoying Buffalo Bills football in February. Well, what I mean by that is it won't be February when this game plays, but if we win this game, the next 2 weeks is going to take us into February, and we're going to be talking about Buffalo Bills football. Like
Super Bowl. And somebody gonna get my money because I know I'm gonna end up getting some Bills Super Bowl merch. I already know I am. So I want y'all to know, man, y'all get excited, man. This is our man. This is our last bit of predictions before, and I ain't gonna say the hope word, but before we give y'all Super Bowl predictions next episode, because that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be right to it. I don't know whether we're gonna wait to do it a week before the Super Bowl or if we're gonna do it next week.
yeah, we probably wait.
Yeah, so
we can do whatever the hell we want next.
I know we could. Yeah, I'm about to say
whatever.
I'm about to say
it don't even matter.
Yeah. So we'll keep y'all posted on that. But like we always tell y'all to do, man, keep tapping in with us, man. You see what the bottom says: like, share, comment, subscribe. I know it's so much Bills content out there right now that a lot of people get caught.
Ain't enough of it. Listen, man, there's one thing about Bills right now is there's some amazing people who are putting out some amazing content. Soak it all in. It's all enjoyable right now. We are in the playoffs, so whatever Bills content you can get, enjoy it, listen to it, watch it. Just because, again, we've been through 17-year playoff drought. We know this can end at the drop of a hat. So enjoy it while we still here. But we definitely appreciate y'all rocking with us for another week. So like Val said, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is year number 3 for us now, year 2. Listen, I lose track already, but either way.
This is definitely our 3rd season. So yeah, year 3, man.
Yeah, either way, we appreciate y'all rocking with us for another week. And regardless of how the outcome happens next week, we'll be here.
Yeah, we'll be here to recap one way or the other, but at the end of the day, we speak everything into existence, man. We here for the Super Bowl celebration with y'all. We here for the pre-Super Bowl.
I need an AFC Championship T-shirt.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Just take my money now.
Yeah,
this ordered a couple of weeks ago.
I'm ready to give it up. I got all these division shirts. That's cool and all, but it's time for an AFC Championship T-shirt.
Take my money. Not really, but shit, it might happen. What up, Baby Z, with his little appearance real quick. But nah, man, I'm telling y'all for real, man. Like, a lot of y'all grew up like me and Z. We both in our mid-30s, so like we missed out the last Super Bowl run because we was youngins. We was about his son age. We was about 4 or 5 years old. Didn't know what was going on. I remember it being on the TV, but I'm just like, I don't know what y'all watching. I'm over here.
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking after the game. I was talking with Z. So my son is 4. Yeah, and I was like, look. Last time we made the Super Bowl, I was your age.
Right.
Literally. Like right. That's how old I was last time they made the Super Bowl.
You got to think for him, imagine him waiting 30 years to feel this moment again. And he going to be like, shit, I barely remember that shit when I was 4. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. He going to be like, yeah, I remember, but like, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? And Josh Allen going to obviously probably play for another 9-10 years. So it'll be easier for him to remember, Josh and all that. But man, listen, we talked about Lamar all week, Joe Burrow this, Joe Burrow that. Josh Allen got a chance right now to stamp itself as one of them ones. And I'm telling you right now, the way I done seen him perform in big games this year, he's done it in other years.
I want this for him so bad, bro. I want this stage. I'm ready for him to get a chance just to show out in a victory.
Right. And you think about it real quick because we're going to sign off, but like, this season literally has been like, if somebody put together a movie of just this season, has literally been snapshots of him having his greatest moments of his entire career. Because every other ones, if we go past the other years, like you said, great moments, but in some losses. This year has been really a bunch of snapshots of him winning and having great moments. So when you combine the fact that he's had those great moments and victories, to me, that's the evolution of Josh Allen, is actually seeing him get to this point where we can put together a classic Josh Allen game and put a W next to it.
Listen, we get through this with a Super Bowl, you might as well measure him for his jacket.
Oh yeah, because he already stamped, but that's the final stamp. That's the stamp is get your butt in the Super Bowl and win one for a team, for a franchise that ain't won a championship. So
I'm ready for this city to burn down.
Well, listen, man, I live downtown, so we can't burn it down.
All of it.
I'm about to say, hold on, man. Let's not.
Hey,
Can we draw the line somewhere? Like, can we stop at like,
right at Michigan?
Yeah, like can we like keep it a little bit over there?
All of it, dog. It's all going down.
I'm ready for the pure excitement, for pure joy. I mean, just leaving the Baltimore game real quick. I mean, there was so many fans. I mean, sometimes some of the fans can be a little too drunk. Right. But nah, man, have fun with it though. Y'all be safe though, please, this weekend. I'm sure it's gonna be a ton of Bills parties going on since it's a road game. Ton of Bills parties. Whatever y'all do, don't do nothing stupid that you're gonna regret. Because you got to be able to, you ain't gonna be able to enjoy no Super Bowl if your ass locked up or you can't.
I was about to say that. Yeah, ain't no telling, ain't no guarantee they're gonna have that TV on in that lockup.
Exactly. Or if you get your license revoked. So make sure y'all being safe. Make sure y'all having fun with it. This is supposed to be pure. It's supposed to be pure fun for us, man. We fans. This is a franchise that has not won much of anything at all. No hardware, no real hardware. So, like, this is our moment. We one game away from the Super Bowl. Y'all, let's have fun. Rock your Bills gear. Don't let anybody hate on your Bills. Rock that shit till you go
to pride.
Yeah, you heard Baby G. Put your Bills pajamas on if you got them. I don't give a We
listen. I done had on Bills socks for weeks, not the same pair, but
I trust you. But now we're gonna have fun with it. Went over slightly an hour, but man, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all, and man. Tune in with us soon because we're gonna have something special to talk about real soon.
Oh, real quick before we lock up or before we wrap up, quick prediction for the NFC. Who you got?
NFC, I'm gonna go Philadelphia 27, Commanders 24. I think it's gonna be a nail biter. I mean, two division. I want to call them two division rivals, but two NFC East opponents going at it head to head. I love what Daniels is doing. I just don't know if I can say with my chest Commanders going to the Super Bowl, but I'm going to go Eagles 27-24, Saquon Barkley 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Philly. I don't think I necessarily have a score prediction in my head, but right now I don't trust Jalen Hurts at all. And that's what's making me nervous about even saying Philadelphia. Because the way right now that Daniels and that offense is playing, if they end up in a shootout, Can I rely on Jalen Hurts to drop back and go blow for blow with Washington? I know Saquon gonna do his part, but right now I don't think I trust Jalen Hurts to drop back and do it. But I'm gonna say Philly, but I'm not saying it with any type of confidence.
I got you.
But either way, man, it's Bills Mafia all day. So regardless of who show up into the Super Bowl, we
gotta spank them.
We rolling through. So, it's either way, it's going to be a great matchup. I don't even care what happened. Don't matter. I need the Bills show up 6:30 Sunday. Get this dub.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Let's do it. All right, y'all, man. We signing off. Love y'all. Go Bills. Bills Mafia, stand up. We going to catch up with y'all next week, man. Peace out, man.
Peace out.
Love y'all.
No go Bills?
That's what the go Bills.
No go Bills?
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
There we go, baby.